You can be mad at me all you want. I got to do it. It'll be quick, I promise. Man, the mic does not sound good on YouTube. We'll figure it out together, everybody. Ooh, I see two people watching. Who's in here with me, YouTube? Shout out. Hop in the chat. Let me hear you. All right, we're almost ready to kick it off, YouTube. Gonna go live here in just a sec. Gotta pull up the Ferg box score. You know how we do. This is gonna be a fast one. Whoever you are that's in here watching this. I'm gonna try to keep the chat up. Oh, War Report's live. War Report. I'm gonna have to jump in with them one of these nights. Quit doing this crap with y'all. It's bad for my health. Ferg, what you got for me? There we go. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. And we're going live. All right, sports fans, we are coming off a massive 46-point win over the Jackson State Tigers. Your Auburn Tigers claim the victory 112 to 66. It is the most points the Auburn Tigers basketball program has scored since 2017. And they did it on the strength of, dare I say it, some good 3-point shooting for a change. Simon Walker, freshman, the number 2 ranked player coming out of high school in Alabama, just came in, got his first minutes of the year, and absolutely lit the lights up, turned the lights out. 15 points, 5 of 5. All of his shots are from deep. He scored 15 points in 7 minutes. Now, granted, Jackson State, not a very good basketball team, but they did their best. Coached by former Alabama star and NBA champion Mo Williams. You know, they gave it the old college try, but they just did not have an answer for Auburn inside. Keyshawn Murphy, in the absence of our other Keyshawn Hall, who missed tonight with a soft tissue injury to his lower leg. Keyshawn Murphy got whatever he wanted in the paint tonight. He finished 8 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, so good free throw shooting from him. Grabbed 7 rebounds and scored 19 points in 20 minutes. Absolutely incredible basketball from Big Three inside. I think that's where we got to start the MVP discussion. You've heard Ryan and some of our other hosts say that this year, as undersized as we are compared to previous Auburn teams, we're going to go as far as Keyshawn Murphy can carry us. And Keyshawn Murphy put the team on his back tonight. He looked healthy. He played aggressive. He looked just as strong as he did against Houston. And, you know, a lot of the pundits were saying against Houston that this Auburn basketball team looked like a good basketball team. And I got to be honest, This is the best the Auburn basketball team has looked all season. They were playing against an overmatched opponent, and they absolutely played by like it's on their way to a 46-point win. But no discussion of MVPs is complete without the D2 star, number 6 in the program, but number 1 in our hearts, Elijah Freeman, who came in tonight and was just electric. 14 points in 22 minutes. He was 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, but most importantly, grabbed 6 rebounds and had 5 assists. Our big to big passing tonight was absolutely outstanding, and he was the catalyst for that. He forced a ton of steals in a game in which Auburn finished with 16 total steals. And to be perfectly honest with you, Elijah Freeman was a massive contender, in my opinion, for the MVP before Simon Walker stepped on that floor and hit 5 3-pointers in a row. I mean, it was just incredible to watch Auburn have a catch and shoot guard come in and actually catch and shoot. It feels like it's been a minute since we've had a guy that could hit that consistently. And we're going to take a look here because I want to see what the total number of Elijah Freeman's steals were before I get solidified on my MVP vote. And YouTube, for those of you that stayed up late, it is 11 o'clock here on the East Coast to try to finish watching this game. I want to hear your MVP picks in the chat. If you're there, throw them in there. And I'm looking at the stat sheet right here. Elijah Freeman, they don't list his steals. That's so annoying. Oh, here we go. All stats. Only 2 steals. That's shocking. It must have been the fact that Auburn was constantly stealing the ball all night. Sebastian Williams Adams had 4 steals and another great game from Sway, the big freshman. He hit his only 3-pointer. He had 2 assists. Talking about that big to big passing again. Grabbed a rebound and was 3 of 3 from the field for his 8 points. Sebastian Williams Adams continues to look like our most polished freshman. He's a big body, but he came in ready to play, ready to bang around with the big boys, and he's doing great. And you know what? I would be remiss if we did not shout out Philip Jovic tonight, who has struggled so far this season finding his groove on this Auburn team with his weird role, having to play some 5, having to play some 4, having to play some 3 tonight. It looked like at times, but he finished with 18 points on 8 of 10 shooting. He had both of his free throws and grabbed 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. Really efficient play. Great game from Philip Jovic. But I got to be honest, folks, it's so good to see Simon Walker come back, especially after the offseason foot injury. It feels like his addition to this rotation has the potential to be a difference maker. All right, we got Andrew Stone here in the chat. Really like the way that we played as a team tonight. There were a few heat check shots, but I like how we shared the ball and had a huge assist radio. Freeman moves so well, has the highest ceiling. Couldn't agree more. Elijah Freeman, he looks like an NBA body out there. He is a guy that I have been begging for Auburn to go out and recruit. And the fact that we got him over so many top teams speaks volumes, not just of the program, but also of the coaching staff holding this together, even in BP's absence, who, if you did not watch tonight's game, BP gave a sideline interview. It was incredible. It reminded us of the glory days and how they started when we first got Austin Wiley as a recruit. It was so great. Mr. Beautiful wants to drop Keyshawn Murphy as his MVP. You know, I would not argue with that choice. I mean, Murph got whatever he wanted tonight. He was aggressive on the boards. He grabbed 7 rebounds. He was flirting with a double-double. If we needed him to stay in the game, I absolutely think he could have. But it was good to see Big Meat get back out there and get some more Oporum minutes, seeing 14 on the inside. Steven was coaching him up. But I think if we get some valuable minutes out of Oporum in the conference play, that just makes us so much deeper as a team. It's hard. It's hard doing the MVP decision by myself, but I cannot back off how incredible it was to see a guy just hit open threes. It feels like it's been a long time since Auburn has had a guy who, with nobody in his face, nobody guarding, will just hit the open shot. So Simon Walker, welcome back. You are my jungle MVP heading into the Players Era tournament in Las Vegas. Let's go through some other stats tonight. Holy cow. Tahad Pettiford, it seemed like he was absolutely everywhere tonight. I think he got another block. I have to pull up the stats again and see. They might have called that a foul on him. But Tahad Pettiford's defense is just head and shoulders above where it was last season. He has evolved so much as a defender, He's aggressive in the passing lanes. No blocks tonight, but he grabbed a defensive rebound, a couple of offensive rebounds, and he was slinging the rock tonight. Once again, 5 assists, and what you're seeing a common theme here. When Tahad has at least 5 assists, Auburn's offense moves so much better. We shot 41% from deep, but more importantly, 65% from the floor. Really high volume shots, really high efficiency shots. We hit 42 baskets tonight, which just feels absolutely insane. And even more insane, we assisted on 28 of those made baskets. That is far and away our best assist ratio of the year. That puts us at we assisted on 2/3 of our made baskets after struggling to assist on 50% of our made baskets in previous games. So the ball is moving a lot better. Free throws are better tonight, 15 of 19 from the line. A rare game for the Auburn Tigers with Keyshawn Hall out. You really felt his absence in drawing contact. Jackson State and Auburn shot the same number of free throws tonight. Both shot 19. But we forced 22 Jackson State turnovers. I think there was a sequence in the first half where Auburn ran their press defense and forced 3 straight turnovers on the out of bounds play. I mean, just beautiful stuff. And it felt like the energy was reminiscent of the end of that Houston game where Auburn got 3 straight stops in a row to be able to give themselves a shot to win it at the end of the game. And, the offense wins games, but defense wins championships. Defense travels. And we're about to have a really long weekend in Vegas. If things go really well for us, or even if they go just medium well for us, it's going to be a long weekend, and the defense is what's going to stay. And even though Tahad continues to struggle shooting, he was 2 of 9 from the field tonight, 0 of 5 from deep. His 3-point numbers for the season continue to be abysmal. But as an overall player, Tahad Pettiford just looks so much better than he did a season ago, particularly with understanding his defensive assignments. So I want to shout out Tahad Pettiford's effort tonight. He looked great out there. When he finds his stroke, he will become a complete player. And talking about a kid who's a sophomore becoming a complete player like that feels like a big deal. Auburn did not dominate the boards tonight in a way that they probably should have. And I think part of that is just due to them making 42 shots. We only won total rebounding 30-28. But the defensive rebounding, we won 22-17. Offensive rebounding, we did lose, but there was a little bit of slowdown in the effort there in the second half. A lot of guys trying to pace themselves, prevent injury, all things that you approve of in a game that was well in hand at 55-24 at the half. The second chance points, pretty even tonight, but holy cow, the bench points exploded for Auburn tonight. And finding some consistency from the bench, especially when we don't know how long Keyshawn Hall is going to be out, is a big, big deal. And Auburn got 52 points from its bench tonight. Again, helped in a big way by Simon Walker's 15 points at the end of this game. Made a huge difference. I talked about it already. 16 steals tonight. That's insane. Jackson State finished with only 23 made baskets. So they just made 7 more shots than we had steals in their offense. We held them to 6 total assists on 23 made baskets. So again, just incredible defensive effort tonight, all around from your Auburn Tigers. This is the first time where in a matchup where we were highly favored, we looked like a team that should be highly favored. We got our shot when we wanted it to. We worked the ball inside. We ran some really good sets, but more importantly, the defensive intensity did not fall off. Bruce Pearl, in his interview during the game, talked about how Auburn can sometimes play down to the level of competition. There's a late night tip, 8 o'clock in Alabama, 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. Just brutal. I don't want to be awake right now. It's the end of a long week for me, but today's my Friday, so I'm here for you podcast folks. And Auburn was too. I mean, if you got to watch this game, you never felt for a moment like your Auburn Tigers were not taking Jackson State seriously. They worked so hard defensively, stepping into passing lanes, forcing turnovers, closing out on the 3-point line. We were up 40-28 at one point, and Emiko Oporum was in and missed a defensive assignment, and Stephen Pearl was nearly at midcourt, getting in his face, reminding him that he has to play better no matter who he is playing against. And how did Meek respond? Got to stop. Back-to-back dunks on the offensive end. And who was the first person to greet him midcourt? Stephen Pearl, out there gassing him up, reminding him that that is the player that he needs to be. And when you think about your backup center getting coached that hard by your first year head coach. You can only imagine what it's like for the stars of this team, the way that they're being looked after, and the way that they're being motivated to not take anything for granted. And that is going to be a big part of Auburn having a successful trip to Las Vegas for the Players Era tournament. It's a big NIL opportunity, but more importantly, it is a big opportunity for Auburn on the national stage. The stars are going to be out. Our first game is Monday night at 8 p.m. We're tipping off against Oregon, who, although unranked, is currently 4-0. So they're undefeated on the year. They're a tournament team from last season, probably expected to compete in the Big Ten, maybe for the double bye. We'll see. I think if they'd stayed in the Pac-12, they'd be better off as a basketball program. And then next, on November 25th, Tuesday night, so directly the next night, we have a tangle with number 7 Michigan, 4-0. No matchup again with Trey Donaldson. He has transferred to Miami. However, Yaxel Lendenborg, the UAB star, and our portal target, is going to be playing and suiting up for Michigan. Another top 10 matchup right now. ESPN predictors got it kind of right down the board, slightly favoring Michigan here. So 2 opportunities right out of the gate to go up against national powers on the national stage with the spotlight on us. The nation was already introduced to this Auburn team against Houston, so they know that we can play nasty, dirty basketball. Can we play what we played tonight? Lockdown defense with fast scoring, good passing, incredible distribution of the ball, and just continuing to see guys fight and fight for minutes and fight for the moment. We're going to be in for a treat for sure. The Players Era tournament, you're currently guaranteed at least 2 games, and then from there on, it's win or go home. We'll see how the Tigers do. I'm excited for it, especially after seeing this performance. We need to get some guys healthy. We need to see Keyshawn Murphy continue to improve in his health. He looked healthy tonight, man, slamming him back, grabbing those rebounds. He looked good. He put the brace back on to start the game after warming up without it. So good to see him continue to be cautious. Simon Walker looked good moving around. He wasn't challenged too much at the end of the game. And then we just continue to have a waiting game on Keyshawn Hall. How will he recover? He's got a few more days to sort of let the soft tissue injury heal. Will his minutes be restricted? Will he play at all? That's what we're going to be watching here at the Jungle Auburn podcast. But for tonight, we once again got to watch your Auburn Tigers continue the nation's longest non-conference home winning streak, bringing it up to what I believe is now 64 games, leading the nation in a non-conference home winning streak. We continue to make history. You got to know the good days when you're in them. And folks, we're still in them. War Eagle. Canoe Man. Canoe Man. Oh, you missed the MVP discussion, but I'm so glad you're here. Encouraging the guys like a 5th-year senior at the highest level. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Beautiful, I agree. Todd Pettiford over Aiden Holloway. I will take the defensive effort and the maestroing that he's doing with that ball on a string over 3-point shooting any day. Mr. Beautiful, bold prediction. We win them all next week without Keyshawn Hall. I don't know, man. That's bold. That's a bold take. I'd love to see it. I would love to see us win at least these first 2 games, especially a big matchup against Michigan. If we can pull that off without Keyshawn Hall, it feels like we're one step closer towards becoming a complete team. I think with Simon Walker playing the way that he did tonight, we're a little bit closer still. Time will tell. Time will tell. Canoe Man, yes, welcome back. We've missed you in the chat this season. It's mostly just going to be just me this year. We'll see if we can get Jackson and Storman back on a few times. Matt is officially retired. It'll take something incredible, like another top 5 Tennessee matchup, to get him back out of retirement. But thank you all for being here. You too.